we were very uncomfortable with being carried by other carriers for two reasons. One, we know Signet is a government-owned entity. And we also know, not this government, but governments the world over, if you report something that they don't like, there is every likelihood they'll order your signal not be carried. And Signet being a government-owned body, they will comply. Why? Because the people who run KBC, they are government employees. And therefore, they cannot tell the government, if the government says, take the Citizen off the air, take the NTV off the air, take the KTN off the air, they'll comply. And therefore, we felt in the interest of security of our signals reaching the public, we did not want to be touched by the government entity. Pang, as a foreign company, owned by the Chinese, we also know their track record. It's not the guys coming from China. Their track record of press freedom is not one of the most impressive ones. And we felt also they are also likely to be manipulated to whatever it is to interfere with our signal, maybe that pressure coming from the government and so on. So we felt, why are we being forced to either go to the government or to this Chinese company when we have the ability to carry our own signal? So that has been at the crux of the matter. So even as we speak today, we have gone to the Supreme Court to argue about two things. One is about the inadequacy of the license that we are given by CAK. Because instead of being given a PSD license, which we are desiring to do, we were given a self-provisioning license, but we accepted the self-provisioning license on the basis that we could get the digital migration process going forward. We said, we'll take this, but we want to go on record that we still want to have a BSD license because we see no good reason why you should give a foreign company a BSD license and a consortium of 3 local companies be denied the license. We said that is not just. It cannot be just. Therefore, how do you actually justify? Because if we say, okay, KBC being a public broadcaster, they can carry their own signal, we have no problem with that. But how do you, even in all conscience, say that the only person you will allow to carry everybody else in the country is a foreign company? It's like coming and saying that the only people, for instance, if you're in the transport business, we are only going to license one matatu or one bus company owned by the Chinese, and every Kenyan has to go to that. That is not fair, particularly if there are people who have the ability to have that kind of infrastructure. Let them compete.
So these are the issues that the 3 media houses are pointing out. They support digital migration. They want to migrate, but they are asking for that license which they'd been given and which they now purport to cancel. They are asking for adequate frequencies. There are 52 digital sites in the country.
56.
56. 56, yes. And the 3 media houses are saying, give us one frequency at each of these sites so that we are able to broadcast nationally. Because you don't want to have a broadcasting house that is not reaching some of the counties.
And we are saying we are not afraid of competing with the Chinese or anybody else, but it is blatantly unfair where we find foreign companies are being favored by our own government and our own regulator at our expense. And that's why we went to court in the first place, because we felt it was blatantly and completely unfair. So going forward, therefore, talking about the whole tone of the advertisement and the content, the timing is intended to cause confusion. I don't see where the confusion comes in. We have said we are telling the viewers that the Star Times decoder and the GoTV decoder is a pay TV decoder. And therefore, you will pay for the content. And we are therefore telling them, wait for our decoder, which we are going to put in the marketplace. This decoder is going to be free to air. And we have also told the market that, in fact, if you looked at the CAK advert, I think they are running it in Star or whatever it is. They are saying there are 2 types of decoders. One is free to air, which is costing about 3,500, where you pay once and you don't have to pay anything else. There is the other one, which is the pay, which is costing about 1,500, but there are monthly payments to be done. This is what we are educating the people, that when you go to buy a Star Times decoder or a GoTV decoder, those guys are pay TV channels. They are not free-to-air channels. That is what we are trying to clarify to the people.